Oh, wow. What a massive Bakkie. Whoa. This is the FOTON Tunland V7. As you can see clearly at the front is inspired by the Ford F-150. And boy, not only the grille, the size of this thing. Oh, just for reference, I'm 179. And look at how big this car is. It's practically swallowing me. Anyway, today we're going to drive this for the first time just around the city. This is a 4x2 version, so we're not going to do any off-roading. I'm going to tell you about the cost of ownership of this car. We're going to take a tour inside, and what you're going to do is subscribe if you're into car videos and somebody on your screen telling you about them. And you're going to comment below, what are your thoughts on this FOTON Tunland V7? Let's go. Let's take a look at this imposing front end. This car has a lot of presence. First thing that you're going to find is this massive grille. You have FOTON written up here. You have chrome up here at the top of the grille. And then you have daytime running lights, which are in the shape of the F-150's running light. Then you have two stacked full LED lights that come as standard, and then you've got fog lights down here that directional. If you turn to the right, your fog light is going to follow you to the right. You turn to the left, your fog light is going to follow you to the left. Oh yes, I really dig that. 48V hybrid written here because this car has a 48-volt lithium-ion battery to assist that 2-liter turbo diesel engine to make it a bit more efficient and refined. Let's continue to the side of the car. The front haunches are very wide because you've got an extremely wide body. Then you have this 18-inch rim that is wrapped in a GT all-terrain tire that comes as standard. The rims are black in the one that I'm in. You have an indicator in your side mirror, chrome in the door handles. You also have the side step over here, which is going to be very handy for shorter people. In addition to that, you have a door handle over here, which is going to assist you in getting into this tall car. You have full roof rails, which are usable. You can stack things onto this roof rail. This one doesn't have the rear bar, but FOTON Edenvale, which has been kind enough to let us test drive this car, is going to have these accessories available. I've pinned a comment which has the contact details if you're interested in this FOTON V7 or the entire FOTON range, and also if you're interested in getting the accessories for this car. You'll also be able to get your loading bay at the back rubberized if you want. What FOTON has done when they're putting the body onto the frame is that it's set pretty high and the body is very wide. So you've got a very deep loading bay at the back, and on top of that, the wheel arches aren't encroaching too much into your space. That is very special about these FOTON Bakkies. FOTON written across over here. Tunland V7 to let you know which car you're in. Then you get plastic cladded step for the back. This car is the entry level and it has full park distance control. You can see with that. And then you have preparation for a tow bar if you want a tow bar. You also have lights in here which can light up your number plate. The tail lid door is actually lockable from here. Let's open the back. Because this Bakkie is pretty big, you'd expect this to be very heavy, but you can let go and it'll open slowly. It won't smash anything because you've got hydraulic lifts over here. You have your reversing camera over here, and then you've got this full light bar. It lights up all the way across. And then obviously you've got your indicator and your reversing light, and then over here is your rear fog light. I'm going to hop into the back so we can do the ultimate rear space test. Looking at this, I'm sure you can fit 20 of me in here. Maybe you can fit 3 or 4 cattle as well in here. I don't know what you're going to be loading into your Bakkie, but it is quite a deep and quite a massive rear bed. And these are the liters of the space at the back. One more thing that you have at the back is this tail light at the back. Pretty cool. I honestly think the design of this car is nice. Yes, it borrows heavily from a Ford F-150, but that's a winning design and I think it looks really good. Before we get into the engine and driving, let's talk about the two derivatives of the FOTON Tunland V7. You get it in either a rear-wheel drive 4x2 version, which is the entry level, that starts at 690,000, or you can get the 4x4, which is the top spec V7, which costs 766,000 Rand. And that's the only difference between the two models. We are driving the 4x2 version. The 4x4 version has electronically controlled front and rear locking diffs. They both have the same suspension setup, so coil springs at the front, and at the back they've got leaf spring suspension, which is a common setup in Bakkies, which helps the car be able to take a big weight load at the back. This car can take a payload of up to 1 ton in the load bin, and it can tow 3,500 kilograms. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about that engine. Yes, this engine is the one that carries over from the G7, but the motor has been worked on and refined. Let's take a look at how it looks under the hood. Oh, gas struts, so it's easy for you to open this bonnet. Inside here is that 2-liter turbo diesel engine. You're going to find this across the V series range in both the V9 and the V7. This mill produces 120 kilowatts of power and 450 newton meters of torque. 120 kilowatts for a Bakkie that can take a payload of up to 1 ton is not a lot of power for a Bakkie, but the torque figures are very good. Let's see how it feels to drive when the Bakkie is empty. Jumping into this car that's over 5 meters long, you may feel intimidated to drive it, but it's so easy to drive. The weight of the steering wheel feels just right. It doesn't feel like a car that weighs over 2 tons. The comfort in the cabin is commendable. I mean, you wouldn't be wrong for thinking you're actually in an SUV. Because the car is also over 3 meters wide between the wheels, it gave FOTON a lot of space to work with, so the cabin does feel very spacious. The gearbox is sourced from ZF. ZF is famous for supplying BMWs with that perfect 8-speed transmission. In this application, in this FOTON, it's done so well. Big ups to FOTON for actually bringing in quality products from well-trusted, well-known brands. To answer that question that a lot of people would have with Chinese brands is, are they durable? Can I have this car for a long time? ZF has been around for a long time and they are masters at their gearboxes. So tick. The engine is co-engineered with Cummins, who have a track record of making very durable engines. Tick once again. The elephant in the room, the 120 kilowatts of power. When you're reading it on paper, it seems like the power is not that great, but you can compare that power to something like 1.9 turbo diesel engine that Isuzu uses. The power is similar to that. What FOTON have done though with their engine, they've paired it with a 48-volt battery to aid with that efficiency. That battery also kicks in to start the car. So when you start the car, it's not going to start up like a truck. It starts up very smooth. It really does feel like they said, we're making a huge Bakkie that has a lot of space, but when you're driving it, it should feel like an SUV. The suspension setup in the car, it's a Bakkie. It has leaf sprung suspension at the back. Bakkies tend to be very bumpy. I'm happy to say that in this FOTON, it's actually less bumpy than you'd expect. I think that also has to do with how high they've mounted the body on the frame. Speaking about that high mounting, you get 240 millimeters of ground clearance. So when you're in your driving position, you really do feel that you're driving a very tall car. My final verdict about the drive of the car, I think that if the car is going to be fully loaded, if you've got your cows at the back, you're pulling a trailer with other things as well, or even more cattle or whatever it is that you may have loaded in the car, and you have passengers at the back as well, you have the car fully loaded, I do think the car will feel a bit labored with all of that weight. But how often are people who are buying a premium Bakkie going to be doing things like that? That's why I really think FOTON has really hit the nail on the head. You're jumping into this car at most at 766,000 Rand. You have a full 360-degree camera, which makes maneuvering the car very easy. You have very comfortable faux leather seats. The driver's seat has lumbar support. It's fully electronically operated, even the passenger seat as well. Those seats are also heated. The car has so much presence as well. And the driving dynamics of the car point to a comfortable, high-riding SUV instead of a Bakkie. And so if you're going to be driving this Bakkie every day and occasionally need to haul things or move things around, you're going to be very happy with this car because the amount of space you get inside the car, in addition to that spec I was just talking about, I think you have an amazing product which people should consider.
For both the 4x2 and the 4x4 version, Photon claims a fuel consumption of 9 liters per 100 kilometers. We did a very short test drive and the driving was very inconsistent. I can't really comment on the fuel consumption definitively, but I would expect you on a long trip to hit around those figures, and around town, or if the car has a load, to hit just a bit above those figures. But if we do get the car on test, that will be the first thing that I look out for.
If you've made it this far in the video, I assume you're enjoying it. So you might as well just subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a notification every time I post.
Before we go into this premium feeling cabin, let's talk about how much it would cost to own the FOTON Tunland V7. We're going to take the 4x2 version which we're driving into account, but costs 690,000 Rand. If you take a loan over 72 months with no balloon payment and no deposit, with an interest rate of prime +1, you're looking at paying 13,302 Rand every month just for finance. The car's financed, so you have to take out insurance, but it's always wise to have insurance on your car. The cheapest quote that I found with my details is 1,859 Rand a month. This car is a diesel car, so thank God for that, because diesel is cheaper than petrol. At current fuel prices, considering that this car has a 79-liter fuel tank, you're going to pay 1,408 Rand for a full tank. But because Photon claims 9 liters per 100 kilometers, and you might slightly be getting more than that, you're definitely going to fill the car up at least twice in a month. So your monthly fuel cost estimate is 2,815 Rands. That brings your total estimated cost of ownership to 17,976 Rand and 4 cents every month. Oh, that's not bad for this premium Bakkie that you'll be getting. Alright, let's take a tour of the interior.
This cabin is very comfortable. It's a very nice place to be in, and the noise insulation is very great. On the side, you have your electric window controls, and the driver's one is automatic down and automatic up. You can adjust your mirrors right here on the door. You can also control the height of your headlights right over here. It's not in the system. Steering wheel is height adjustable, but not reach adjustable, just height adjustable and manual. You've got a multifunctioning steering wheel, and let me show you how the hood sounds. That's how the hood sounds. You have pedal shifts in this car. Let's see how they feel. Oh, they feel very nice. You have 2 air vents in the middle, one across that side and another one across that side. Underneath, you have one USB-A and one USB-C, and then you have all this storage underneath here, in addition to the storage up here. You can fit a small bottle in here, and then there's extra space at the front and the back. So this is quite a lot of storage. You have soft touch material over here. Oh, very, very, very soft. Soft touch over here, very, very soft. Then you have this nice stitching over here with the soft touch. Then you have that pattern that you saw in the middle. It continues over here. Then you have a speaker here and a speaker down there. It gets scratchy as you get down to the bottom, but that's okay. You have Apple CarPlay, but you don't have Android Auto. I'll find out from the dealership if they're going to add Android Auto, but you can connect via Bluetooth. You also have these buttons here, so you can control your seat heating, and the physical buttons over here. You can control your temperature right over here. Fan speed, you can change it down here with the buttons, which is really great. And then you can switch your aircon on and off over there. Let's head over to the back seats. For me, the big party piece, the big showstopper in this car really is this rear bench. Like I mentioned, the way that they put the body on the frame, at the back, you're not bothered by a transmission tunnel in the middle. So it's flat all the way across. You can hook the rear seat up like that and just take a look at the load of room that you can. In fact, let me go across. Because there's no boot, let me give you the ultimate rear bench space test. Just take a look at this. Oh, look at all the room that you're getting in here. There's so much you can actually fit in here. You can fit things at the back, and you can also load things into here. Well done, Photon, with the space in the back. Well done. Please, in the comment section, show me another Bakkie which is going to give you this much room at the back. All right, let me hop on here and show you the leg room and things like that. Do you hear all of that that's coming from outside? Now listen when I close the door. Quiet, very quiet. Legroom is pretty great. Because it's a big car, the headroom is also very great. Sitting in the middle, because the floor is flat, I don't have to be doing this and eating up from the other passengers. You get two ovens here, but in the 4x4 version, I think you can then get climate control buttons over here. You get an inverter plug over here, 220 volts, 300 watts. And then you get your USB-A. At the back, the soft touch continues up here. You still get that pattern over here. And then you get the stitching there, soft touch down here, electric windows. Let's do a window test. Do the windows go all the way down? Oh, yes. The windows go all the way down. The view that you're going to get from here is pretty great. So your kids are really going to enjoy being here. In addition to that view being great, you get ISOFIX on the rear outer seats, and you get an armrest with two cup holders. But if you have something in here, it's not going to be a very comfortable armrest. This car, honestly, for me, inside is very impressive. It's so impressive. And to think that it starts at 689, I don't think there's another Bakkie which will give you, number one, this size and this cabin space. Number two, that huge load bay, that huge loading bay at the back, and this kind of spec inside for 690,000. Let me know in the comment section for 690,000, or we can even just go up to the 766 for the 4x4 one. What are you getting, this or something else? Let me know in the comments below. A big thank you to FOTON Edenvale for letting us spend the day with this FOTON Tunland V7. This car has really impressed me. Not only these imposing looks, but the quality and refinement of the ride. Honestly, this doesn't drive like a Bakkie, even if it's on typical Bakkie suspension. I would say shortlist is FOTON. I've pinned a comment below for the contact details of FOTON Edenvale. So if you're interested in this or the V9, which we'll be driving very soon, hit them up in the comment section. I'm the Don, and this was Keep It Soft. Join me for another video soon. What a massive Bakkie. Dango!